through Volunteers of America, Minnesota, Wisconsin. We run a program called Rafiki. It's a culturally specific program that the Department of Corrections want to gear towards African American males that are known as high-risk offenders and more likely to return. And so they want to reduce the rate of recidivism by teaching them different life skills. So I was geared, ready to go to the next level to play college football. And that was my ticket out of the hood. You know, that was my ticket away from the gangs. It was my ticket out of the violence. It was just my ticket out of everything that I saw in the urban community. And unfortunately for me, I made a bad choice because I was a student athlete by day. But then when I was off the field and out of the classroom setting, I was a gang member in the street. You know, I know what it's like to sell drugs. I know what it's like to be in multiple relationships. I know what it's like to not live a lifestyle that reflects the upbringing of my grandmother that instilled within me. And so it was during those years that led me into incarceration myself at the age of 20 until 26. I made the decision to say, hey, everything that I want to do, I have to start right now in here. So I went to school, I finished school, and I hung out with those that were like-minded because the gangs are in there, the alcohol is in there, the drugs are in there, sexual activity is in there, death is in there. But I made the decision to do what others believed that I was capable of doing.
While I was in prison in Lino Lakes, they came and asked me if I wanted to participate in the Men of Rafiki. I signed up, I didn't know what to expect out of the program. It was a 13-week program. And I knew Earl Miller. So I said, well, Earl's running it, I want to be a part of it. And we used to sit down and read the Bible together. And, I still call him Brother Earl today. I don't want to go back to prison. And I think the way for me to stay out is to be connected to people that have really overcame that type of lifestyle and that are doing better in their life today. And that's the people I want to be around.
It truly is a faith journey from this perspective. How is it that I'm going to, with a criminal record, been in prison not once, not twice, but 3 times, going to get out of prison and secure employment? Who's going to want to hire me? Not only that, but depending on the crime, I'm going to have challenges with securing housing, which landlord is going to lease to me. And not only that, but I'm struggling with child support back pay. How am I going to become this father that, Earl, you're coming in telling me restoration is possible. You're coming in teaching about topics like fatherhood, where now you're starting to pull on strings that I forgot were there, and you're giving me hope, but I don't want false hope. So these are things that they have to put a level of trust, first of all, in themselves, and put a level of trust that I'm not coming in here teaching them something that I have not yet lived or walked myself. So I like to call that blind faith. I don't yet see my apartment, but I know that if I go through this transitional halfway house, work hard at it, eventually I will secure the apartment. I don't quite yet have the job, but I'm going to now work on building my resume during the pre-release classes. I'm going to work on securing my valid identification, getting my social security card, so that when I go out, I'm going to knock on the doors just as Earl probably had to do, and eventually if it's not door number 1, maybe when it's door number 10, it's going to be my time to seize the moment.
When you come into the prison, you meet everybody where they're at, because some people are not, lack that role model, that man, that identification. Actually, I got emotional when you left the very first time. When I was walking back to my cell hall in Lino, some tears rolled down my face to say, man, I'm proud of him, but I want to be able to be with him. Yeah. I want to be able to come in here and help. And I think that what you did, you jump-started me to say, okay, yeah,
you know, and I thank you for that, you know.
Well, we've all been pushed around, from here and out to the school ground, left our hearts in the lost and found, 'cause we've all been pushed around. Well, we've all been swept away, out to sea no time